We spoke in spring training, the reason why you picked this team. Long road back, you were down in the minors with the guys, the baby Mets as they're calling them. What did you see out of those guys, and what were you able, as being a veteran down there, to impart on them what it takes to make it to the majors?
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of good talent there. They have a lot of talent. It's just about harnessing it, understanding how to play the little game, taking care of the ball and stuff like that. But I got to talk to him and kind of just explain to him what it was like. You go day in and day out and you play the game. And you kind of try to lead by example and do different things, show up, do your work and stuff like that, and treat it like a professional. And I think guys really cling to that. And it's an exciting future for the Mets, I'll tell you that.
One of the things about you that has followed you wherever you go is your professionalism and what type of clubhouse guy you are over and above being a player. You're here now in a situation where things just have not gone right for whatever reason. No one can even put their finger on it. As a guy who's new to the team, a guy who's coming up from the minors, what is it that, can you do anything, or are you more of an observer, or do you try to impart your leadership right now because it might be needed?
Yeah, I think I kind of look at it as I try to always stay positive no matter what, because this game is so easy to get negative. There's always failures and stuff like that. Especially if you go on a skid or something like that, I try to implement how I like to win. I love to win. I live to win. And that's kind of what I bring to the clubhouse. So, whenever a guy gets down or something like that, I try to pick him up. I do my work hard, make sure that everyone kind of understands that, I'm here to outwork people. And it's either you get with it and join me, or fall behind. And I think that's kind of the leadership role that I take. Sometimes it's not so much words, it's picking guys up when they're down, working hard, understanding that pitchers know that when I get out there, I'm gonna be ready to field every ground ball. I did my work and I worked hard to make sure that everyone trusts me with that aspect of the game.
It's interesting. I spoke to Rico Brony yesterday, and Rico said one of the things his team and teams that were going badly, he said the mantra was run the bases like your hair's on fire. And he says, and that's one of the things that starts bringing teams out. And he says, and if one guy doesn't, there's a guy waiting for him at the steps to tell him, listen, you need to do this. Is that hard to be able to do that, especially as a guy who's fairly new to the team?
No, I think that's my style of play. So no matter where I go, no matter what team I play for, it's run hard, do everything hard, you do it the right way, and things aren't going to go your way all the time, so I understand that. And you hit the ball hard sometimes and you line right out to a guy, or you hit a hard ground ball and you think you're out, hustle down the line and you make something happen, then we score 3 runs after that. You know what I mean? Like, it's the little things that matter. And when guys see it and they see it firsthand, you don't want to be the guy that doesn't run hard, right? And so in different things that go on in skids and stuff like that, if you do all of the little things right, somehow you get lucky, things turn around. The season's so long, it's the greatest thing. You play 162 games. And in 162 games, you can have a month or two where it's terrible. And then the last 2 months, you catch fire because you did everything, you worked hard, you catch fire, you end up winning the World Series.
Lastly, I know, from watching you in spring training and speaking to you and speaking to Buck, and you and I even had this conversation with Luis Guillorme why you picked this team, and you said that you want to win. I know it was agonizing for Buck, that final cut. Did you have a conversation with him, and when you went down, there were certain things they said, listen, you're going to be back here, just do this, or they just basically sent you down and you just had to put your head down and work hard?
No, there was praise for the style of play that I have, but it's kind of like my ACL. You can always feel sorry for yourself. You can always feel like, poor me. But I've never felt like that. I always want to prove what I can do. And, for me to go down there, it was an opportunity to get myself right, get myself back in a position to compete after coming off a knee. I never looked at it like, I'm going to feel sorry for myself. No, I'm going to prove why I belong in the big leagues. And, the day has come, I got here, and now I'm going to prove why I belong to stay here and help this team win a World Series.